I hope I don't fall off this cliff. If I don't, I'm going to go back to the studio. Hi there, and welcome to Cornwall. I'm in Cornwall for the next couple of weeks and hope to get out and about and take a few pictures. As you'll see in the forthcoming film, when I went out earlier this week, it was incredibly grey. And so rather than trying to get great blue skies and high crisp contrast in the cliffs, here we're going for something more ethereal. Hi there, so I'm in Cornwall. I've arrived in Cornwall yesterday. I went surfing, the sun was out, it was beautiful weather, and today it's very, very grey indeed. I've come down to the Crown Mines at Botallack and I'm hoping to get a black and white type image, or at least a very subtle picture given the greyness of the heavy clouds. Let's see how we get on. So I got a little bit lost already. I'm only a couple of 100 yards from my car. You can't see where the sea is, so I'm hoping that over my shoulder here we're going to be able to find the Crown Mines Botallack. It's some beautiful colours. I don't know if you can see all the gorse, beautiful purples. We maybe have. So I've got to the mine, which is down below me. Hopefully you can hear the sound of the waves behind me. I'm going to walk around and see if I can find a composition. So here's my first setup. I'm up above the Crown Mines. To be honest, I'm not entirely happy with this. This is the first go. I've put my polarizer on and I've set the ISO to the camera's base level of ISO 160 and giving myself about a third of a second to try and capture some of the movements in the waves. So this time I'm taking a vertical and hoping that puts a bit more balance into the image. What I'm trying to do through this film is show you how I was working the area to try and come up with a composition which I thought was as well balanced as possible, and then I was trying to work on the settings of the camera to make sure that I got everything in camera that I could use in post-production to get the best picture I could. And in this case, because once I got the composition set up, all of that was set, I've got everything in focus from front to back. It's the waves and the movement of the sea that I was really trying to work with, and you'll see. So I've climbed down the cliff a little bit, and I'm a little bit closer. I've tried to close in on the mines a little bit, and what I found is that I can't get the slowness in the shutter speed because of it's quite bright, although it's very misty here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap on a 6 stop ND filter, try and slow down the shutter speed so I can try and smooth out a little bit of the water. So with the ND filter, that's given me 1/20th of a second, and so with the 2-second timer on, I'm going to take that. So that, my friends, is a wrap. I hope I don't fall off this cliff. If I don't, I'm going to go back to the studio and try and sort out my hair and see what I've got today. Thanks very much for looking in. I'll see you back at the studio. I was talking about using a 6-stop filter, a 6-stop ND filter. And let me show you what those are. So there are lots of different filter companies. At the moment I'm using the Lee filter system, and what that means is that you have an adapter and an adapter ring. The adapter ring screws onto the front of your camera, and then you clip your adapter onto it. It has a couple of slots for filters, and then you put the filter in. And what that does is one of two things really. You can have what's called a graduated filter, and here's one. You can see that the top is darker than the bottom, and it means that if you use it at the top of your frame, you will end up with a more balanced image in terms of exposure, because you're bringing the brightness of the sky down, and it allows you to bring out more detail in the foreground. And the one that I was talking about, which was a 6-stop ND filter, is not that one, is this one here, which is a darker colour right the way across the filter, and essentially provides a pair of sunglasses to your camera. And in the film I stopped filming when I was talking about using the 6-stop filter, and in the end it wasn't enough. For the image that I wanted, I ended up using a 10-stop or big stopper, which is this one here. It's essentially a very dark piece of glass which enabled me to slow the shutter down to 30 seconds, which really smoothed out the image, as you'll see just by now. I hope you've enjoyed this film, and I hope to be able to bring you more films where I'm out in location and be able to explain to you what I was doing. For now, if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe, and I hope to see you again another time. Thanks very much.